Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second day of the sixth leg of the KVF National Volleyball Men's League 2022-2023 season. And we are off to the start of this match between Kenya Forest and the Kenya Ports Authority. Of course, this live is coming to you courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. Here, the commentary desk, my name is Emmanuel Yagon. Of course, with my colleague here, who did such a splendid job yesterday.
Thank you, Florence Bosire. Good to have you back, Emmanuel.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We anticipate an exciting experience today, having the sun up and all. It was rather cold yesterday.
Well, yes. Yeah, the weather is superb. Of course, it might prove to be challenging for some of the teams, especially the ones that are playing in the outside court. The referees, of course, the first referee is Judy Mosinya, assisted by Collins Dennis. And in the inside court as well, we have Rift Valley Prisons versus Nairobi Prisons. So we'll keep you posted on how that also rolls out. So do not go too far, because this match will be serving shortly, and surely Florence, we are going to see quite some action here.
Indeed, considering the two teams that are just about to serve it off right now, Kenya Ports Authority and the KFS, played really well yesterday against Prisons Kenya. Almost took 2 sets. Came back from behind, with Prisons having the lead 2 sets ahead. Yeah. So again, it's going to be a really exciting match.
Interesting, yeah. So let us know where you're joining us from, where you're watching this live from, because as Trailblazers Volleyball Club, we are dedicated to ensuring that we showcase this volleyball talent nationally and internationally. So do not go too far.
Haina mem. Yango ina kadi.
Right. Okay, thank you. We can go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second game of the day, because at the moment we have 2 games playing simultaneously here at the NYAYO National Stadium. Of course, we have the outdoor court and also the indoor gymnasium. In the indoor gymnasium, it's Rift Valley Prisons versus Nairobi Prisons, yes. And at the moment, Rift Valley Prisons are leading at 19 points. Nairobi Prisons at 17. And this match between KFS and KPA in the outdoor court, it's Kenya Forest leading at 3, KPA 2.
Well, they seem to have started both on the right side. Still no team has shown the possibility of taking the lead in this first set. Probably testing the waters.
Kenya Forest are now 2 points ahead. That score there has just gone to KFS because they played it out of court. It is Chris Owala there stopped in his tracks by the KFS defense. Sims Kalistas is back on court for KFS.
Kalistas is back on court despite the fact that a majority of the players are in training. Just like, again, there's some form of friendly enmity between the teams. Seeing that a big bunch of KPA players joined the KFS will soon graduate and become officers in the Kenya Forest service.
Well, like we said the other time, we appreciate that is happening because it means that these clubs have to think about employing their players, because then otherwise they would be, they would go to the other teams that are able to give them some form of employment, because you have to think about sustainability.
Yes.
and yeah.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, also know that today we are streaming in full HD. If you have that option, please put it on full HD. Enjoy these matches on high definition, right? Of
course. And as TVC, we are continually dedicated to ensuring that we showcase these matches and export our talent. Yeah.
Indeed.
So that we are also able to bring you these matches live from the comfort of your home. So you could be on your couch, even in your bed, from wherever, whichever part of the country, and even globally, that we are able to showcase talent as TVC, and we will continue to do that. So today we are doing that in HD. So enjoy some good volleyball, some good replays, some good slow-mos as well. Of the action here. We'll also try as much as we can to bring you the speed of some of these attacks and even service that we are seeing here in these matches. He started it again.
He did that yesterday. He is doing it again.
Those touch outs, look at the way he's getting that off the hands of Elijah. Is that Elijah Bosira?
Yes, that is Elijah Bosira.
Kalistas picks it up. Goes to serve. It is still in play. Lemoy there going a little bit easy on that ball, and they are able to equalize now. 7.
It should be 7-7.
7-7. I want to believe so.
Owala at the service court, easily picked. Again, Sam Juma with that defense. Bosire decides to retaliate. Ball is out. Another point for KPA, leading at 8-7 for the first time really in this set. KPA takes the lead. Well picked. Ball is still in play. Owala. Bosire sends it.
Chris Owala again is stopped there. It is Lemoy with that service, and Toita goes in there with the wit and the experience, of course, that he carries there. Look at that from Lemoy, and it's did a touch out? Yes, it is. So Owala again with his, I want to assume, signature jump service. He does it, and the libero sort of goes into the path of that ball that is flying. Quite some speed on that one, and it is the first timeout by Kenya Forest Service, trailing this by 3 points. We want to remind you that this live is coming to you courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports, and the fans here slowly feeling the seats there in the outside court, and also inside in the indoor arena. We'll also try to show you what's happening there, but as it stands, it's the first set still, and I'll just give you the scores in a bit. It's 21 for Prisons Rift Valley, 22 for Nairobi Prisons. It's good to see that they have also picked up from, they were trailing, but now they are leading by 1 point.
Well, if there's something that has been obvious for the better part of the league, especially for the men, is you cannot write off anything.
Yeah.
Some teams come back from 2 sets behind, even the third set, the opponent leading and coming up to take 2 sets and actually take the match. So you cannot approach any game with complacency, saying that they're going to win or I'm going to beat this team.
That will be your own mistake to even think you can, underrate any team whatsoever at this point in time, because even looking at the performances from yesterday, there are teams like Rift Valley that haven't played for quite a while in the league, and then they come back and they force TVC to go to the 5th set. We've seen what Kenya Army has been able to do as well in the past few legs. Again today they play TVC. So really we've seen incredible comebacks. There's a net right there by Brian Gamonde, and that point goes to KFS. They have reduced that gap. It's only 1 between the two, of course, with KPS still in the lead. It's interesting to see that Coach Mulinge has trusted in the services of James Ontere there.
Indeed.
Wala still picked, and Gamonde is the one who sends it out of court.
Went out of court. That was rather unexpected.
So
seeing the frustration on the faces of his fellow players, wondering how the hell that happened.
Yeah, and I think Elijah Busiri there tried to play that pipe, giving that to Chris Owala, but it wasn't enough to be able to earn that point, and it's 11 ups. Owala again, it's Brian Gamonde, it's still in court, but it's again super defense line from the KFS side. They now are leading by 1 point. Chris Owala, and it is Doita there who goes in with that. Look at that finish from I think Alistas for KFS. Such a brilliant piece of play there by Kenya Forest Service, and forcing Kenya Ports Authority to go on that first timeout for their team, trailing at 2 points. The first timeout we saw there had Kenya Ports Authority leading by 3 points, and now it is KPA that are trailing by 2 points.
It could go basically either way, with both teams trying as much as possible to make an impact, with KPA really having much to lose should they lose this game. Kenya Forest Rangers not so much, because I think they are not in the running into getting into the playoffs as they stand right now. They have had a lot of losses during the league matches. So it really will be a loss
again.
for
Such a beautiful save there from John. The KFS side. It is still him again who's going to pick that ball up, shaping up into a beautiful rally here. Elijah Bosire was in with that pipe there, and it is Chris Owala. Chris Owala there with that finish. Is it enough though? Let's see whether that point. Oh no, it's not enough because he sends it again out of court.
A lot of
it
power.
Is KFS again with that service. Zoita playing the skillful finish for Kenya Ports Authority. So what's it going to be? It's again back to Lilo there with his witty services. We try picking it from Sam Juma there, and it is Bosire who tries it. But I think there is some infrastructural challenges there.
Yes, some railing there.
That railing there poses a lot of danger. Kenya Forest service with the service. Elijah Bosire, and he trusts in his colleague there, Kipchumba, to deliver that, but Kalistas on the other end is alert.
Beautiful set.
Zoita there with a clinical finish for his side, and sort of have a feeling that now KPA are playing the experienced players there. I mean, Lilo is trusting in Zoita to do the finish because the youngsters haven't yet, been able to get him the points that he saw once.
And again, he basically is trying to be careful
Zoita
with the scores.
Again there, look at that. It will be Zoita. There is a net touch by KFS, and we are going to see a consistent setting towards him. I want to believe so, because of the way that he's playing. Kipchumba steps out for, I think, Jeffrey Jeff. Gamonde there with that very good attempt at blocking that. But Kimotho for KFS is able to earn that quick touch out. Kimotho goes to serve. It's a jump service nicely picked by Sam Juma. There seems to be a challenge there with that overstepping.
Did he step on the
Look
line?
at that. It's Jeffrey Jeff, who
Seems
was clinical in his finish,
line.
but he might have just stepped on the line. Kimotho sends it out of court.
Well, the scores seem to have the gap seems to have been breached by KPA. At one point, KFS was leading 3 points ahead. That has been reduced to just 2 points, or is it?
I actually
just
think
a point?
it's just a point.
Should be
but we are
17.
going to get an update of that briefly.
Well, Zoita is at the referee's area trying to figure out what just happened.
Because I think actually he has a valid point to have, and to have that conversation, because Kipchumba, who stepped out to be replaced by Jeffrey Jeff, was actually in the front court. So I do not understand why that decision was made.
He probably assumed that Jeffrey Jeff was a backcourt player
at that point in time. Well, then
again, the referee's decision is final.
The second referee there could have assisted with that decision, because they're the ones in charge of the
Easily picked by Geoffrey.
It is Lemoy who
Lemoy
goes in there with that beautiful finish for KPA. Kihanya there did not even attempt anything at defending it. It is Kihanya again who is able to split that block between Owala and Lemoy. And of course, you see these errors, especially in that middle area. If you do not have someone, because Gamonde is yet to get into the game, Lemoy as well. In terms of, as far as defense is concerned, really.
That is true.
What a clinical finish. Very quick balls there. I wish we had set up the speedometers, because I am sure we'd have picked quite some numbers there from Chris Owala. Of course, he puts a lot of power behind that ball. He goes to serve now, and at least we are seeing that some of this. Oh, it's an ace.
Seems to be an ace.
It's an ace from Chris Owala. Just looked at the space that is left behind there in that backcourt for KFS, where Kihanya is standing hands akimbo, and he's able to get that ace. I was trying to say that these empty spaces trying to fill up. It is Kihanya again. Sam Juma picks it up. Jeffrey Jeff. And it is Chris Owala giving that away.
Well picked.
It is Kihanya again.
Again, well defended.
It is Doita defending it this time around.
Seems to be a referee's
And
call.
KFS
There was a net touch.
have had that net touch.
On the line.
Either one of those, but the decision is made.
And KPA equalizes 2020.
It's 2020. I hope they are able to maintain, or rather reduce the mistakes that they've been able to do.
That would be really important.
Because Owala again goes for
Owala with
it.
the service.
The libero there sort of makes
Simple
way for
finish.
it. And that is
Easily
dangerous.
picked
If you have
by
Lilo
Juma.
there and Lemoy, who is
It is
quick
always
with
in the center.
always goes,
Always goes
to
he
the
does
center
trust
there.
the center attackers.
And yeah, that is quite a mistake there by Kihanya, who decides to give that as a free ball.
There really wasn't much he could do, considering how that ball was set.
So you're saying
Should be
his fate had been decided
It had been decided from the point
of
service.
reception.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, a
for
timeout
sure.
for KFS. Really,
that
a lot of
second
errors
timeout.
on their part. 3 points. 3
And,
points consecutive without a comeback. They're
And
really
now you have
feeling
given
it.
KPA a lead. They are going to have a pep talk there. Quite a conversation with the coach, KFS, because they would have given away such a comfortable lead. But again, it's just the first set, so anything could still happen in the course of the day. It's Chris Owala with a service. I think this will be the fourth service he's doing. Look at that. And it is another ace.
Another ace.
We have seen 2 aces now from the same individual. Chris Owala, really good jump there. Good, nice swing. And some power behind that ball.
He is one of the strongest powerful
certainly.
jump servers in the league right now.
Now they have made another change, KPA. They have brought in Ochieng Zeki, I think, to come and help in defending. And there is another net touch by KFS. This time around it is the setter Otieno there, who sort of touches that net in trying to just place that ball behind that defense line. But I think Thoita anticipated that.
He did. He's experienced, so that comes into play a lot of times.
3 points ahead, Kenya Ports Authority. Kihanya, but he is stopped by Sam Juma.
Again, the
infrastructure here
comes into
is
play.
The enemy. Zeki Ochieng steps out, and Elijah Bosire comes back in court, and it is Kihanya again with a service. Kenya Ports Authority just on the brink of a set point. Nicely picked by Sam Juma, and it is Doita.
Again, just a simple tip.
He made this look really simple, really easy, Doita. And they are at set point. It's Lemoy with the service. We've seen some really beautiful formations there by the setter. Really nice aces, but Lemoy, where it matters, has given away that point quite easily with that service that has gone out of court. KFS with the service, 2 points behind Kenya Ports Authority, and it goes out of court. Effectively, Kenya Ports Authority have won the first set.
Not quite a start they had anticipated, but indeed they've taken the first set. Well, the other match that is going on in the indoor arena, Nairobi Prison seems to have taken the first set against Rift Valley Prison.
Rift Valley Prisons as a point to
and the second set is still underway with Nairobi Prisons at 5 and Rift Valley leading at 6.
Oh yeah, because it is. I think it's just a repetition of what's happening in the outside court, because you have one team that is leading at some point in the set, and then the finishing then becomes problematic. But yeah, we are going to.
Well, we saw Rift Valley Prisons make a comeback yesterday from 2 sets down.
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying. There's nothing that's simple.
They can do something.
Yep.
They can do something about it.
Let's wait and have a look at the stats just in a bit. But that is how it is, 25-22 with KPA in the lead. I mean, KPA, of course, with that win of that first set in their match against Kenya Forest Service. We are going to also give away our branded TVC hoodies. But as it stands here, the match statistics.
Match statistics stand at KPF taken the first set 25 against 22 of KFS. Attacks we're having both teams tying at 9. Blocks we're having 3 for KFS and none for KPA. Gamonde and his counterpart not really doing much on the center department. Service we have 6 aces for KPA and just 1 for KFS. A very huge number we've seen in a very long time of aces. Opponent errors, we have a difference of just 1 with 10 for KPA and just 9 for KFS.
Well, Faith Nafula is saying full HD it is. Asante sana. Teddy Mwale is saying a good display of jump service from Owala. Jessica Akinyi, you're saying true jump services from KPA side have been effective. Abdi Abdalla unasema ndio kuwasili, karibu sana. Evelyn Otieno unasema KPA is on fire. Robert Mboka unasema KPA should take this set. Well, they have. Regan Declan unasema Yegon, it's nice to hear from you. Nipo area, na ni vizuri sana kujiunga na mwenzangu hapa Florence Bosire ambaye alifanya kazi kuntu jana. Teddy Mwale unasema Elijah Bosire hapo sasa kidogo imekuwa ngumu kusoma ile lugha, lakini nikijaribu anasema omwana korwa inka.
That is loosely translated to the son of our land, or basically from home.
All right, kama mwanetu,
mwana wetu wa nyumbani.
Anasema fanya kazi kama kawaida. Asante sana. Nina maswali mawili matatu hivi ambayo yatakuwezesha kuweza kushinda branded hoodies za TVC. Kwa hivyo usikae mbali, nitakuwa nauliza maswali hayo. Kumbuka tunasema ya kwamba ukiwa wa kwanza kujibu na upate jibu hilo sahihi, hivyo basi utakuwa mshindi wa zile branded hoodies. Emmanuel Tabutu tunasema will GSU have a match today? I want to believe so. We are going to give you the schedule of matches in a bit, but I am certain that wana match pia wale wana GSU. Kicks unasema mnatupata vizuri sana, asante sana. Shie Mwangi unasema KPA all the way. Acha tusubiri tuone, lakini set ya pili ndio imeanza na KPA Kenya Forest Service wana point moja. Chris Owala pale anatumia ile mikono ambayo ilikuwa imewekwa pale kwa ajili ya ku block, and it's just a simple placement. It's Elijah Bosire with that service, nicely blocked there by Thoita and his counterpart Brian Gamonde. but they are not able to effectively do that. Jeffrey Jeff on the other side.
Again, KFS take an early lead.
Well, it's too early to say early.
It is too
to say a
early.
lead.
It is too early.
Considering what we've seen, even in the match that is ongoing in the indoor gymnasium. Kenya Forest service there with that trial at defending, but hawakuweza kufanya vile vyema, na ukiona wameweza kumrejesha Mwai yule seta aje kupakua ule mpira.
And
Chris Awala with that one man block against
beautiful block
against KFS's Callistus.
Mwai managing to split the blocks.
Yeah.
Gamonde did not attempt to block that ball.
Look at that. That was quite a speedy finish there from John Kehanya. Again, Gamonde and is it Doita this time around? Or is it Jeffrey Jeff, I think? And Gamonde. But again, Chumba there for KFS sends it out of court. It's 4-3, if I'm not wrong. Yes, KPA for KFS 3. Ladies and gents, if you're joining us, welcome to Blazers TV. This is the second match. Well, really they are ongoing concurrently, but this is the first match that is being played on the outside court between Kenya Ports Authority and Kenya Forest Service. We are bringing you this live courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club, or Blazers TV and Mafro Sports. And so yeah, let us know where you're watching from really and whom you're rooting for. Kehanya again, and it is nicely picked up there by Gamonde. That attack is not quite as weighty as I would have anticipated, but yeah, Gamonde is able to pick that up quite simply.
Well, the range has been broadened to 3 points, 2 points ahead.
Yeah.
For KPA.
And it is Gamonde who's gone there to serve.
He's
done quite some nice backcourt defense there, Gamonde. It is Kehanya again. He will look for that touch out. Gamonde goes for it with that dive. But again, the infrastructure here is not able to help in any way. But they still have a 2-point lead, Kenya Ports Authority. That was quite unexpected from the middle player there for
middle players are not quite known for backcourt defense, considering
displayed
they
quite
get
some agility
out
there.
of the pitch immediately after serving. So most other players make fun knowing that you make a mistake in service and leave the fire to burn those on court and actually step out, replaced by the libero player. Very interesting defense by Gamonde right there.
Yeah, that one is really, really good from them, and the ball actually has, I think, gone onto the roof, because they are now looking for another ball to be able to play, and I think they have made that decision.
I guess that is why the rule of play indicates that always 2 balls should be used in any match
on court.
In these instances. Well, very interesting development in the indoor arena.
What's happening again there?
Well, Nairobi Prison seems to be cementing their lead.
Oh, well, that is
19-13.
Oh, well, this one.
Rift Valley Prisons, probably a battle between brothers that know each other well enough. Basically, they are just different houses.
Siblings, yeah?
They are siblings.
Yeah, so the elder one is sort of dominating.
Definitely. And the eldest did perform well yesterday too against Kenya Army.
Well, we are going to see how they are going to play tomorrow against they are playing KPA tomorrow?
They are playing KPA tomorrow.
Yes.
Very interesting match.
Prisons Kenya.
Considering they lost to KPA during the playoffs last year. And I think this is the first time they are meeting within this league.
This league, yes. I think they were supposed to play the previous leg, but because of the ongoing, at the time, the regional prisons matches in Ruiru there made it difficult for them to participate in that particular leg. It is Chris Owala with that finish, and he's gone to serve. Are we going to see any more aces.
Well, he did
He
wake up
sort
on
of-
the right side of the bed today.
Sort of assesses how the sun is located at this particular moment and whether that will affect him.
There we go. Again.
Again. What an ace. I thought he
Easily
actually
picked.
crossed the side,
The libero tried
Um,
to defend that.
But yeah, it was a good attempt. Because I think if he crosses the middle line there with his feet, then they would have actually been penalized. But it wasn't the case. It's 4 points now. Second service by Chris Owala. He's been quite consistent here. Well, I think I spoke too soon because he's sent that out to play.
Well, he has been
but
doing
yeah, he's really played well so far.
so far.
And for KFS, it is Agunda now who goes to serve. It's good to see that there are players who've been playing in the entire tournament who've gotten their way into the National League.
Yes, very, very important.
And we are going to have even more of those in the next season because we have the Division 2.
Division 2, yes.
Because it has brought together all these players who are playing either in the estates or in these local tournaments. So it's good.
And
good to
a good
see.
platform for
Yeah,
them to
yeah.
showcase their talent.
And also for the teams that are also in the league, it provides a challenge for them to actually work hard in order to
Considering the
stay
possibility of being relegated.
to stay in the top tier league.
I think
There was a
everyone
net
wants
touch.
that.
There was a net touch there by KPA, and now it is NYAYO who goes to serve. So I have two questions.
Yes.
I have two questions
yes.
for our viewers who are following this online. Doita there going with the experience. Look at the way he's jumping there to sort of disorient the attackers. Jeffrey, it's Owala with that reception, and he's the one who finishes it. It is building up into quite a rally.
Well, that
but
was
it's nicely blocked. It's still in play.
Again.
Callistus this time around, is it? We'll have a confirmation there from the replay. We are not able to tell quite clearly because they have their jersey numbers at the back. Doita again goes hard with that. Look at that. Easy placement
of the ball
by John Kehanya for Kenya Forest Service. The first question that we have today is now we want specifics here. Details that will go down to the date and the month. The question is, when did Trailblazers Volleyball Club do the official unveiling of the Mafro kits? When did TVC do the official unveiling of the Mafro TVC kits?
And here we're talking about the date, the month, and the year.
And the year will help us. Will help you actually. Will help you win a branded TVC Mafro hoodie.
Well, all the best to
all the best to
viewers.
the first one who will be able to get that right. Doita and Gamonde, they're having a conversation based on the mistakes that we have seen in terms of net touches. Who is it going to be? It is Callistus who sends it to the fans. There was the right amount of power, yes.
Some
direction. Quite another conversation for us to have.
Definitely, probably.
But look at that.
Again,
that was quite a quick one. Very nice set there by NYAYO. And Kemodo, I think, is the one who finishes it for him. Really, actually Chumba donning jersey number 3 for KFS.
Kitur serves it on the net.
With that net serve.
Such a disappointment after getting such a beautiful point. Well, is it Doita at the service court?
Yes, it is.
I believe so.
It is the all-experienced Doita with that service. It is Chumba who picks it up. And
Well, Mwai seems to have.
Why is quite clinical today with those middle sets there.
They had been missing
It
for
is
a better
Chumba
part
who does
of the
the
first
finishing,
set.
but it is Kitur who does the picking there.
Sam
Juma, and it is Jeffrey Jeff who is stopped by one man. His name is John Kehanya.
John Kehanya,
who I think just observes that swing that Jeffrey Jeff does. Well, he did not have enough space to even do an effective swing that will have enabled him to have multiple chances at playing that ball. Jeffrey Jeff again, Lilo trusts him. We have a net touch from, I think, Agunda there. KFS. Do we have answers already or attempts at answering that question?
We do have attempts right here. We have different dates, but the year seems to be the same. So they pretty much have an idea. Whether they are right or wrong
is another question. Chris Owala.
KPA maintaining the lead.
Gamonde with that
seems
net
to have
serve
missed
again.
a
He
step.
has yet to get back to this match. Gamonde. James Otieno, I say it's a good weekend. KVF plus VNL makes it interesting. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Marvin Tuikong unasema Monday February 6th 2023. Serem Kipkoech unasema Douglas doing good work. I think it is quite a save by the libero there, KFS. Who is it? It is Chris Owala again. This time around they are not able to pick it. Seem to be complaining that went out of play. Samuel Murioki, you're saying February 6th 2023. Lona Muhongo, February 6th 2023 at Abza Gym. We, I think, seem to have gotten the answer. I think we have the answer. The question is, who was the first one to get the answer? So indeed, the answer is February 6th, 2023, and so effectively it is Marvin Tuikong.
Congratulations.
Who got that answer right. Of course, the rest of you as well, apart from Glensa Enterprises, are correct. But again, like we said, the first person to get it right is the one that wins it. John Kehanya there getting that touch out off of the hands of Elijah Busire, who attempts that defense on his own on the other end, and it is John Kehanya who goes to serve. Sam Juma picks it rather easily. Lemoy is stopped by the fresh pair of hands that came in for Kenya Forest Service. That is Kimodo, if I'm not wrong, or is it Kamau? We'll just confirm once we are certain about his jersey number. Again with another beautiful block there.
Right on his tracks.
Yes, it is Kimodo for KFS. Look at the way he celebrates, and he has every reason to
celebrate,
because it is
the players at KPA did not attempt to go for that
he's been able to
rebound because clearly they were sure that it was a direct point. Good service. Unfortunately,
good
it
service
goes
by
off court.
Kehanya, but it is out of court. But at least he's gotten 2 points and gotten his team closer to the runaway Dockers.
Well, Owala goes to serve. Let's see whether he carries on with his lucky stick.
Two jump servers on either side of the court, and it is at the point where it matters.
A challenge serving from that side of the court.
Of course, again, you know that there is all the other factors. You have wind, the sun, you have everything
yes, there. Indeed.
Playing a role. We have another change by Kenya Forest Service, bringing back Otieno to replace Mwai. Kemodo with that service. It is Doita here.
Ball is still
in play. Picked up by John Kehanya.
Oh,
it is
well defended.
Oh, yeah. I think he overstepped.
He overstepped the
considering he's in the
attack line. But that was one powerful hit and even a better backward defense from
you have to give
KPA.
It to Kehanya because of the power that he has in his attacks. They are bringing is that Titus? Yes, Kibet Titus has come in there. Nicely picked up. Oh, that ball goes out of play thanks to Agunda. If I am no, it's actually not Agunda. It is, I think, Kitur. It is Titus Kibet again with the service. Nicely picked up. Mwai. Oh, again. Such a beautiful pipe played there by John Kehanya, and he's able to split that. Look at that.
Kehanya has been instrumental
with that turn, and it effectively. Is it Kehanya with us? No, it's Mwai.
Wow!
Doita goes in with that kill.
It has been
Doita for Kenya Ports Authority. Who goes in with, look at that finish from Doita.
Well, he has basically been employing the dodges and the touchouts for the better part of this match. It is refreshing to see him remind them that he's a powerful hitter as well.
Yep, and now 2 points ahead, KPA, but then they are able to get that point through Arori, donning jersey number 1. In the previous hit by Doita, I think he sort of thought that it would be a pipe that would be played, and so he went up to defend too early. And that is out of court. That service out of court thanks to Kitur, and the coach
very disappointed there.
Disappointed. What a placement there again by John Kehanya. Really playing that and stepping up for his team really. That movement by Chris Owala, he did not anticipate that, and it is 2-1 for KFS, 2-2 for KPA. Sam Juma with that reception. It is Owala who is able to get that touch out off of the hands of Kimodo. It is Brian Gamonde who goes to serve. They are going to make a change again, KPA. I don't know who is stepping out for who, but I think they have brought back Lemoy, who had been replaced by Titus Kibet for service, and it is Gamonde who goes to serve, goes up for it, picks it, crosses the net.
That ball was
this time around
short.
That ball was too low actually.
Too low for him to
Kimodo,
make any.
Who is rather a tall player, and considering even the defense line there is made up of tall people. And then set point for Kenya Ports Authority. This time around, Kimodo is able to finish that clinically, and they are at 22-24. Look at that again, where
Very strong attack.
Lemoy and Gamonde have been in that middle blocking area. They are yet to really find their footing. Is it Arori now with a service for Kenya Forest Service, standing at 22, and KPA at 24. Arori with that service. Sam Juma picks it up. It is Chris Owala with that finish. Rather nice set by Elijah Bosire and Chris Owala effectively ending that match on a high note. There are 2 sets ahead now. Kenya Ports Authority 25-22. Another repetition, a repetition of what happened in the first set between these 2 sides. It's 25-22. 2 sets for KPA, 0 for KFS. We are going to bring you again the statistics from the set that has just ended. But Kenya Ports Authority seem to be having a script that they are reading from, because now they have just gotten the same marks that they've gotten, points that they got in the first set. And here are the statistics. Of course, KPA 25 points, Kenya Forest 22 points from attack, 12 for Kenya Forest Service, 11 for KPA. And there is a tie in the points earned from blocking defense. 1 service ace this time around by KPA, and points earned from opponent errors. Of course, Kenya Ports Authority have 10 and KFS 7. Continue watching, continue giving us your predictions of how you think this match will end. Of course, we're going to also inform you how the match in the other court is playing out. But as it stands, the match between KPA and KFS, we have KPA having 2 sets, KFS 0. We are going to take a short commercial break, but we'll be right back. So do not go too far.
Hilda. Nikashtua aje. Ona. Ulikorogeka. Boni. Ndio bana? Ona kindu kioma bantu kaba.
Some of the best dancers I should also be dancing. The Kayanas. Some of the best dancers I've had. I should have lifted my game now. Kwa hiyo maneno haja nikunywe maji.
Watu Zoom imefanya nini? Unasema kitu kuhusu Zoom.
distance. That reflects. Nayo distance unajua ukiziko hapa zote.
Welcome back to the third set between these two teams. We have witnessed really beautiful aces there and beautiful finishes. There was an overpass by the KFS side, and Chris Owala did not think twice. He's done a rather quick finish there, and KPA seem to be running away with this. They're actually sailing away with this set.
Quite frankly, they are. With KFS just at 1 and KPA at 8. It's really obvious, so to speak, that KFS have given in. Well, another interesting development in the indoor arena with the Nairobi Prisons playing Rift Valley Prisons.
Yes.
Well, it seems that they are at 20 for Nairobi Prisons and 17 for Rift Valley Prisons. Very interesting development right there. The third set of the match. Nairobi Prisons having 2 sets.
So is this a
might just end at 3-0. It might go to the fourth set.
What we are seeing here as well. Nicely set there by by Elijah Bosire, and this time around Chris Owala, of course, with his signature power behind that ball. Arori there and Kimodo could not stop him. I think they have done just one rotation this KFS side, because now that same formation, the only point that they've actually earned is that defense that they did against Jeffrey Jeff. That is the only point that they've had
from the start of the set.
In this set. Look at Doita there, just leaning back after service, as though to control the direction of that ball, yet it had left his hands. They were not able to defend it, but it was quite a good service from the experienced Doita. He's responsible for all those services, I think, for KPA. This time around, that combination between Mwai and Kimotho hasn't worked, because again Gamonde has been dominant in that area. And we have a complaint from Samuel Morioki. You're saying Kimeibiwa. You're saying you're the first to respond. According to how those comments are flowing, we haven't seen any. You might have typed it, but it did not deliver, because the first one that we are seeing on our end is by Marvin Tuikong.
Someone seems to have commented as the second person. You were a bit too slow in typing or sending that response. Unfortunately.
There's that, but the first one that came in was by Marvin Tuikong, and so Marvin, let us know in the go to Facebook, look for Trailblazers Volleyball Club, and then send us your details in terms of your location and the size of the hoodie, and then we'll get to know how to get it to you. Or if you're at NYAYO Stadium, just walk to where or ask anyone who's donning a TVC polo shirt, and they will be able to guide you
on the way
effectively.
Forward. Yes.
It is the third match, the third set in this match. If it ends with a KPA win, then it will effectively mean an end of the whole match, and it will be maximum points for the Dockers.
3 clean points.
Chris Owala. Will they defend it, or there is a net touch? Lemoy, or is it Bosire?
Bosire did touch the net in his attempt to go up to block that ball.
Well, reduced that gap to only 7 points. KFS. Jeffrey Jeff picks it up. It is Lemoy. It is still in play. John Kehanya goes for it. Kemodo will give away that ball rather freely, and it will be to his disadvantage. It was Arori rather, because Lemoy, really, for him, if you blink, you lose. You blink it, you miss it, because it's a very quick attack.
Very quick in his attack. Well, we see the fans moving, probably getting ready for another very interesting match just about to start. KDF
is that the match between KDF and
Kenya.
GSU?
We've seen some GSU players step out in preparation. Basically, they're going to warm up and prepare for that match, because as it stands, the match in the Indo Arena has just come to an end. Nairobi Prisons winning 3-0 against Rift Valley
Prisons.
Actually, that set point 24-19.
Oh, yeah, that looks like that is going to the Nairobi side.
Probably
and the fans here are stopping this game, albeit for a few minutes, but their movement means that that match cannot continue. So we wait for them to that space to clear before the match can continue. I think they also have they are trying to secure a
seat in the Indo Arena. An increase, major increase in the turnout today compared to yesterday, assuming that most people yesterday were at work.
Yeah.
Right now, a majority are on the weekend break, so they've made time to grace this occasion and come and witness some interesting volleyball.
Yep, and it's getting quite interesting, and that match of course will be super heated with each side. Of course, Kenya Defense Forces on top form. I think in the standings they are leading at the moment.
They are leading.
But of course GSU have a whole decade of winnings to their name. So we wait and see how it's going to turn out.
It will be an interesting one to watch.
Another service here. I think they're running away these ones with this set.
I don't know whether we'll see a repetition of the first set between TVC and
actually crossed the net, just spun over that net and still got in court. The libero picked it up, but the finisher there overdid that attack. And now 10 points between the two teams.
10 points.
Chris Owala again with the service.
A margin there.
KPA are actually miles away out at sea, sailing away rather comfortably. Told you what Lemoy will do. That ball was actually headed out of court. But,
well, we have a question by Serem Kevin, who is asking where do they usually play these volleyball games in Nairobi. Well, right now, all for the better part of the league matches, both ladies and the men's side, are played at the NYAYO National Stadium, the indoor arena that is double used by the basketball competitions. If you figure out where the basketball or the volleyball court is, basically the same place.
Another
the fixtures are mostly on. You can follow them on the TVC volleyball Facebook page to keep you updated on the competitions and when they are, and most importantly where they are.
Yep, but for most part of these competitions, I think they are played in Nairobi, and of course in Nairobi we mean NYAYO National Stadium or Kasarani. So usually just keep those tabs open, and you will know where and when they are happening. Another 10 points still between 9 points now between these two teams. KPA sailing away. Agunda comes in for Kitur.
Should KFS surpass that 7-point mark, well, it will be different from the match between TVC and Rift Valley Prisons yesterday. The first match ended at 25-7. I was hoping for a repetition or a reduction of that in this set, but from the look of things, that will not be possible.
Jeff, that overpass. Is Gamonde again, who is rather slow in defending that, and Kehanya there raining in hard. Of course, Sam Juma tries to pick that with a one-hander, but it's not sufficient to get that ball back on court. I think it has flown out of that outdoor court completely. We have to wait for it to be picked for the match to go on.
I think we can only
General
wish
Service Unit and Kenya Defence Forces are getting ready for their match, which will be played in the indoor gymnasium here at the NYAYO National Stadium, and we will definitely bring you that live. Okay. Owala and Kehanya is not able to pick that up. Because of course, again, of the way look at the way he was anticipating that, he wouldn't have picked it up in that posture. Sam Juma brings it back. It is Owala again, this time around off the hands of Kimotho, and they maintain their 10-point lead. KPA. It's really interesting to see Elijah Bosiri with the service. It is Kirori Arori, I think, who receives it rather poorly. Owala again. This guy is actually in practice. Looks like he's warming up.
Getting
Looks like
ready
he's
for
warming up for another match.
While
this match is actually ending. And considering that KPA are actually playing minus the services of Omolo and Kamara, they're really doing well for themselves. Really doing well for themselves.
They are doing
KPA.
well for themselves.
That is a solid block from the trio. It is Gamonde, Dhoita, and Jeffrey Jeff. James Ontere cannot hide his joy because of how the boys are performing today. Rory there, with a lot of pride, looking at Jeffrey Jeff there, telling him you couldn't stop that. It is Gamonde this time around,
once again.
and he is able to get that point. They are now 11 points clear. Actually, 12 points clear. Kenya Ports Authority. And
well, he did.
Kalista's there trying to avoid
those hands
of Jeffrey Jeff, and he, meets his violence on the technical bench. Dhoita with that service, actually I think was going out of court. Look at that
solid block.
Solid block from Chris Owala and Gamonde there. What a display of consistency, really, by there is a net touch by Gamonde. He over aims that block, and I think it was in search of the ball itself.
Definitely. It is his
13 points clear.
Being a center blocker, that is his pure responsibility, even before knowing how to attack.
Yep. Look at the way he swings. This time around, Jeffrey Jeff is able to send his team to the set point.
24-10.
That is just about it. Just 3 points difference between the match that TVC had, the first set in their match against Kenya Army. Was it Kenya Army? No. Kenya.
It was
Rift
actually
Valley
Rift Valley Prisons.
And there is set point for KPA, 10 for KFS.
Well, will this be the end?
No, it will sends not. It out. Gamonde again. They are able. They send it out. KFS. It's actually on court. 24-11.
24-11.
Oh no, 24-12.
Actually 12.
Yep. Dhoita.
Bosire trying to be witty there.
And he outshines Agunda there.
It is the end of the match, the end of the third set.
It's actually the end of the match, yes.
And the end of the third set.
25-12.
25-12.
From posting 25-22 for 2 sets, and now 25-12. KPA
they just really decided to let it go.
KFS, I think, have so look at that performance. It's 25-22, 25-22, and then 25-12.
A whooping 10-point difference. Very, very surprising.
Yeah, Duncan Wambenyo saying where the former KPA players that moved to KDF, they are still in training. David Kinyanjui, good work guys, thank you for bringing the game home. Keep Mikasa flying. Robert Musyoka, you're saying, hey TVC, I have been quenching for your hoodies, I think. Can you please award me one? I would really appreciate, thanks in advance. Well, then stay tuned for the second match, because the next match, because we are going to also issue another one, and we are going to ask questions. If you answer that correctly as the first person, then you are going to be able to win yourself one. Serem Kevin, you're saying, where? I think we answered that. Tunashukuru sana kwa kuweza kuungana nasi katika mechi hii ambayo tunaendelea kukuletea moja kwa moja ama kwa hisani ya Trailblazers Volleyball Club na Mafro Sports ambao ni washirikishi wa TVC katika ile mambo ya jerseys ambazo wachezaji na pia ile technical bench wanavalia, na tunaendelea we continue to do this showcase volleyball talent locally and internationally. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana kwa kuungana nasi. Tutakwenda kujiandaa ili pia kuwaletea ile mechi nyingine kati ya GSU na KDF. Kumbuka ya kwamba unaweza ukapata kits zetu ambazo ni za kucheza, zile za rangi ya orange, zingine za blue, zingine what's the other color, za kijani kibichi, at really discounted prices. Kwa hivyo ile nambari ambayo unaiona pale kwenye screen yako unaweza kuitumia kuplace your order, kisha sisi tutafanya jitihada kuhakikisha kwamba inakufikia pale nyumbani. Kwa hivyo you can get one for yourself and for your loved ones, so that you also look good in those kits. From the commentary desk, it's been yours, Emmanuel Yegon for TVC, and my super colleague
Florence Bosire signing out, ready for the next match. Very interesting match between GSU and KDF. Do not touch that dial.
Na of course, remember to hit that subscribe button. Tutazidi kukuletea mechi hizi kutoka hapa katika uga wa NYAYO Stadium. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.
Thank you.